some people use the term Wiccan to describe like their spirituality or their religion as being a witch or of being a witch. Yeah, so I definitely identify as a witch. Um, I I definitely believe in karma, and I believe in God. But like some people, they believe in God and they're strictly held to the Bible. Like God and the Bible kind of like go hand in hand for them. Like, and for me, can it hear me? Is like picking up my sound, or do I
Yeah,
have to talk into
I've
it?
got a. That's fine. You don't have
Okay,
to.
so like God and the Bible it doesn't go like hand in hand for me. You know what I mean? Like I think the Bible is a book full of a lot of trash. It's just a lot of bullshit, or it's like bullshit as it relates to like today's life. Like I think it was something that man wrote million years ago to control people, and there are certain things of it or certain things of Christian religion that teaches like really good morals, but I just don't think the Bible itself is like something that I need in my life or something that I live by. But I do believe in God and I do believe in karma. I believe in treating people the way that you would like to be treated because I believe that things will come back to you.
Okay.
I was raised Christian and I'm actually Wiccan. I want to practice more, but my life is really busy, so I'm not really getting to practice as much as I would like to. Um,
What do you mean by Wiccan? What is that?
well, some people use the term Wiccan to describe like their spirituality or their religion as being a witch or of being a witch. Yeah, so I definitely identify as a witch. I've been told that my grandmother was a witch doctor, so she was a very powerful witch. Um, but I was raised Christian, and
You identify as a witch?
yeah, and I think it's a form of religion, but I think it's a great religion. It's not organized religion. It's more about spirituality, and it's more about being connected to nature and the earth, and that's where like the Wiccan part comes in because it has a lot to do with like the earth and being grounded with nature. Like right now, this could be my church because I'm around all of God's creations.
Okay. Like, what
I'm
is?
not in a building that was man-made, you know.
How does one become a witch, or were you born that way, or like what does it mean to be a witch?
You don't have to be born into being a witch. You can just study witchcraft.
Witchcraft?
Yeah.
What's like the best example of a type of witchcraft?
What do you mean by example?
Like,
It's
what do
all
you?
about manipulating energy
What's like the best
within
example
the
of that?
earth
Yeah.
to get the required or desired outcome that you would like.
Manipulating energy to get the required outcome you'd like.
To get the required or desired energy, to get the required or desired outcome that you would like for yourself.
It's like a way of solving problems, of getting what you want. Okay.
I feel like it's a good way to like take control of your life
How does that work?
through spells, rituals.
What's
But
like
it
the
all
best?
has to.
Yeah.
It usually all has to do with things that you would find within the earth. So you're manipulating energies within the earth. Like everything has energy. Like the grass has energy, the water has energy, all the different elements. You know.
Does it?
Of course.
Okay.
You don't think so?
Well, I'm not sure. I'd like to understand your reasons why you believe that.
Everything has energy because everything has life.
Life has energy?
Of course.
What do you mean by energy?
Meaning like it can give off vibes. There's power within it. There's power within all of God's creations. Within all of God's creations, there is power.
What do you mean? There is power? What's like the best example of something having power? What does it mean to have power?
Meaning you can use the energy within that element, whatever it may be. Maybe the water, maybe whatever the plant. You can use the energy within it to make things happen.
What's the best example of that for yourself?
The best example? That's a good question. I can't really think of like specific examples right now.
Hmm.
You know, I don't really do spells as often as I would like to. You know, but actually, here's a great example.
Sure.
So for me, like as a witch touch, you know, that's all. I'm like always in the beginning stages of practicing because I haven't really taken it as far as I would like to yet. But I when you start off, the first thing that you want to do is you want to build a rapport with God, the gods and the goddesses. Because in Wicca, there's gods and there's also goddesses. So it's not a man over woman type situation. You know what I mean? Women have power too, and women are recognized. There are goddesses that we recognize. And to build a rapport with, like, the gods, for example, you would meditate on the sun in the morning. You would look into the sun and you would think about the different sun gods. So that's using energy from the sun right there, which has power, which has life,
What I'm hearing you say is
to get what you want.
an example of finding good vibes or finding the energy in something is to meditate in the morning on the sun. What do you mean by that?
Specifically, you would look into the sun with your eyes closed, of course. You would meditate, and you would think of you could call out the sun gods, or you can just think of the names of the sun gods in your mind and just think on it, just meditate on it.
Are these sun gods real?
Of course.
Could I get a sense of your confidence that these gods and goddesses are real and true?
Huh?
Could I get a sense of your confidence that they are real and true, say on a scale from 0 to 100?
Can't you tell from the way that I responded to you when you asked? I immediately said, of course.
Yeah, how confident on that scale do you think you'd be? You don't have to put yourself on the scale.
I'm very confident.
Just very confident.
I'm very confident.
Okay. And
But see, this is
the
all on
reasons
a
why-
spiritual level. This is not a control your mind type thing. You know what I mean? Like with Wicca, I could take it as slow or as fast as I would like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would like
So-
to believe this if it's true. And I'd like to understand how I could know it's true. What reasons are you using to know that it's true? So that maybe I could as well.
What reasons am I using to know that it's true? Because I've known that, like, if I've done spells in the past, like, they've worked.
When you've done spells in the past, they've worked?
Yeah.
What's like the best example?
Like, I did a money spell one time on Halloween, and I started finding money everywhere.
You did a money spell and then you found money?
Everywhere. Like, everywhere. Like, you know those lucky days that you would get where you're just walking down the street and you find $5? Have you ever had a day like that? Or a dollar?
I've found some money on the street before,
Yeah.
sure.
I've had that. When I did my money spell, it was happening regularly. Like,
And what I'm hearing you say is
and of large amounts too. Like, I would find $10.
you found the money
$5.
because you did the spell.
Yeah, of course.
Could it be possible
That it
would have-
was just a
you would have found the
coincidence?
money anyway?
Yeah, but that regularly though, right after the spell.
Even
like-
that regularly? Could that be possible?
I mean, I've never had it happen before doing the spell, so my only thought could be, well, it was because of the spell.
Your only thought was because of the spell?
Right, because that's when it happened. I'm not finding money every day right now.
Yeah. Is going through that experience a reliable way to know that spells work?
I think what's a reliable way to know that they work is the way that they make you feel. It all depends on it all depends on the way that they make you feel and whatever outcome you were trying to do. Like whatever outcome you were trying to make happen, if you feel like it happened, then I think that's a reliable way to know that they worked. And for me, that money spell was a reliable, and me doing that money spell and finding money after was a reliable way for me to know that it worked because I was finding a lot of money.
And you just
And I did the money spell for a very specific amount as well.
Okay. So it's related to how you feel? It's related to how you feel?
Yeah, because a lot of spells too, a lot of spells could just be used for meditation purposes and for purposes of bringing positivity and removing negative energy. So if you're doing spells like that are related to that and it's changing the way you feel, like even for Christians, you know, when life is getting rough and you pray to God or you pray to God regularly, it gives you a good feeling because this is something that you believe in. It's something that it's like a form of meditation for you. Like when you meditate, it makes you feel good, right? Like it calms you. So kind of like,
I meditate as well,
yeah,
pretty regularly, and
yeah.
I feel positive and
But
remove.
when you do spells, especially spells for positivity, it's like a heavy meditation.
It's a heavy meditation.
Yeah, like there's a lot of meditation that goes into that. It's mostly meditation than
So
anything
like
else.
meditation plus a spell allows you to be more positive and have less
Well,
negative
what
energy?
I'm saying is a part of spells, a big part of spells is meditation.
Okay. So a meditation with a spell allows you to be more positive and less negative.
I wouldn't say meditation with a spell. I would say doing the spell in general or doing a ritual.
Meditation is part of a spell.
Yeah, it's like they go hand in hand. They go
Okay.
hand in hand. You're not gonna. It's kind of like praying. Like you're not gonna really pray without having a sense of like meditation because you're having like you're getting yourself to a very calm place. You're talking to your higher power. You're asking him for the things that you may want or need, or you're telling him like you're expressing to him or her, whoever your higher power is, if it's God, that you need a change in your life. You're meditating. You're basically meditating on those thoughts when you think about those things. You know what I mean? So when you do a spell, it's kind of like the same thing. You end up meditating because you have to. Usually with spells, there's a catchphrase or a line or something that you're constantly repeating over and over. Like for example, if someone does you wrong and you want them to see what they have done to you so that they can get their karma, a very positive spell for a good witch, because there's evil, but for a good witch, they would be like by the power of 3, make them see, and part of the spell would be you would keep repeating that. So in repeating that, you're meditating. You get me? Like you're meditating on that thought. You're meditating on the thought of let this person who has done me wrong see what they have done and get it back times 3. Because that's a rule in the craft. If you do something evil or you do something wrong, everything that you do, even if it's something good, everything that you do, you will get back times 3. So we believe heavily in karma.
Okay. So one ritual is doing that, like meditation or saying those things, like allowing you to get it back in 3.
That's an example of of a spell. But in doing that, you see how like it goes hand in hand with meditation because you're gonna meditate on that specific
Yes.
thought.
And do these spells actually do anything outside of yourself? Is karma real, or is it just like a way to feel good?
I think karma's real.
Okay.
I think karma's real. I feel like whenever I do something good, I will get blessings for it.
You feel like that?
Yeah,
to be true?
I do.
How
And
do you
maybe
know
it won't happen immediately, but the little good things that come back to you are those blessings. And I think sometimes people don't. For some people, maybe they don't notice those blessings that come back to them because they don't think about the little things that they have that they can be grateful for. They don't think about those things. So then when they get those little blessings back for the positive things that they've done or that they would do, it's like it goes over their head sometimes. Sometimes good things that we have go over our head because we're not taking the time to recognize the good that we have.
Yeah, how did you determine the good things that happened to you were because of karma?
Yeah, I think all of my blessings are because of something good that I've done. Whether it has to do with me working hard for it or whether it has to do with me being good to other people, I think a combination of both of those things brings you good back.
Okay. And why do you believe that to be the case?
Because that's what I've seen.
That's what you've seen. That's
In
like
my
a
life.
That's how your personal experiences with that.
Yeah.
Um,
But I also think just like with that, with everything, you have to have a balance.
what do you mean?
I don't think you can go around because there's so many fucked up people in the world, I don't think you can go around being too super nice either. And I think sometimes that's the mistake that I make. Is like I can be like too super nice and then you end up finding those people that
Maybe take advantage of you.
take advantage of you. But I also do believe that when people come along like that, because I'm such a good person, I really believe that the gods and the goddesses really protect me, and all I think like my ancestors protect me, like people that have died in my family in the past have protected me. I feel like I'm protected. I'm not saying I'm, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not saying I'm, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when you just feel like you can't be touched.
Invincible?
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm like invincible or indestructible or whatever, but I definitely feel like I'm very protected. And a big part of that is because I'm such a good person. And when bad people come along and they take advantage of me, I really think that their world ends up getting very fucked up.
Because of the bad things they did to you?
Yeah, I think they get really bad karma. I really do.
Yeah, do you think, is it possible for someone to do just bad things but never have anything bad happen to them?
Is it possible?
Yeah,
I don't think it's possible if they're doing those bad things to me.
to you.
Right. I can't
Really?
speak for everyone else.
If you discovered that to be the case.
But in general, I feel like if you are a bad person, you will have bad come back to you eventually, one way or the other. You will.
You feel that way?
Yeah, I feel like it could be going whether those bad things are being done onto me or done onto anybody else. Like I feel like, you know, even if you're going so good for a while, being bad and doing bad things, like those bad things will come back. Yeah, I feel like what you put out, yeah, I definitely, I believe in like what you put out in the universe is what you get back.
Huh.
You will reap what you
Like,
sow.
in equal proportion.
In equal proportion.
Or does it vary?
I think life can be a little unfair sometimes, so maybe it's not necessarily in equal proportion.
Okay.
You know? Because maybe you could be like one of the greatest people and you just keep having the worst luck.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens to some people where they really do the best they can and
Yeah.
as nice they can, but like something
But
bad
eventually
happens.
they will get a very big blessing. I don't think it'll go on for like that forever either. I think you will get a very big blessing if you're one of those people in that predicament.
Yeah.
I think you will get a very big blessing.
Has it
And
ever-
that big blessing just might trump all those those bad things that have happened.
Has anyone ever lived going through their life doing pretty much nothing but good things and have something really bad happen to them?
Of course.
And why didn't karma work for them?
Maybe karma did work for them. Maybe karma did work for them, but it's all about your perspective of things too. Like sometimes bad things happen for us and we're disappointed by what happened, but maybe it might be a door closing for something better to open.
Yeah. If you found yourself no longer believing in karma, that whatever we put out we get back, pretty
Uh-huh.
much, how would your life be any different? Like, what would be missing?
I'm not sure.
Not sure. Like, what's this belief doing for you?
Maybe I would be more, maybe it would make me more, maybe it would make me more willing to get my claws out to climb to the top, maybe. If karma wasn't real.
It would allow you.
I could just get a little more cattier with my with my goals. Just drag others down to get to the top.
Okay. So you would like to. This karma allows you to be a better person. So you would not drag people down with it.
Yeah, it helps me to do a lot of things.
It helps you to do a lot. Like what kind of things?
The whole idea of what you put out into the universe coming back to you helps me to achieve my goals. When I put out into the universe the things that I want, I see it coming back to me somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Like I love music and I love to sing.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of times when I'm listening to music and I'm just walking around or doing my little things, running my errands during the day, I'm listening to music and I'm always like fantasizing about myself performing. And what was yesterday's date again? Monday, I think it was. Yesterday was Saturday.
Saturday the 21st.
Yesterday was Saturday, right? So like Friday, I was like listening to music. I was out with one of my friends and I was just like fantasizing about performing again. And I ran into Babyface.
Wow.
You know who Babyface is?
I think I've heard. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly.
he's a really popular singer. He was really big back in the day, and he's a legend. You know, he's a singer. I think he produces as well. He's very well connected. He's a very powerful person in the music industry. And I ran into him and I spoke to him and everything.
Wow.
You know, and you know, maybe I didn't get a record deal out of that, but it definitely makes me feel like something big is gonna happen for me.
Makes you feel that way?
Yeah, it's a sign.
Yeah, so this karma belief allows you to achieve your goals better.
The whole idea of what you put out, you get back. Yeah, for sure.
What's like the second best way to achieve your goals without this belief, if someone didn't hold this belief?
Knowing what to do, knowing what to do to get what you want, and really doing it, and just working your ass off. I think you have to have a combination of both. Working your ass off and definitely envisioning yourself being to where you want to be. I think a lot of people, they hear people say, oh, you have to believe in yourself. And then we're just like, yeah. Some people are just like, I believe it. I can see it happening. But they're not taking any physical steps to make it happen. So then it doesn't happen. So I think you have to take the physical steps. And then you have to really believe yourself and really see yourself in where you want to be able to really see yourself and really feel that energy of really where you want to be. And then when you're getting discouraged as you're taking those physical steps, that vision of you seeing yourself where you want to be and feeling that energy of you knowing that you can be there and knowing that you will be there is what will keep you going.
So that's a way to do it without this belief in karma? That's one way?
That's one way.
Gotcha.
But as long as you're envisioning yourself there, it's kind of hard to leave karma out, because what happens when you get discouraged? Then you're just going to give up with yourself. You're going to give up on yourself, when if you believed in the idea of what you put out, you get back, you would hold on to your vision of seeing yourself where you want to be. And that would keep you motivated.
What if like the world didn't work that way and you still wanted to achieve your goals? What's something someone could do?
I just can't even imagine. I can't imagine the world not working that way. That's how my world works, because that's how I keep myself going towards whatever it is that I want.
Is what we imagine the world to be always accurate?
Not what we imagine the world to be, what we imagine our lives to be.
Just some people imagine their lives to be a certain way and never get there?
They'll end up finding something better or something that they're happy with.
Does that always happen?
Yeah, I think so.
Always?
I think if you're working for what you want, you're working your ass off for what you want, and you are holding on to the vision of seeing yourself there, if you don't end up exactly like that, you'll end up with something else that was meant for you, that you're really happy with, that you're fulfilled in.
That you were meant to do?
Yeah.
Okay. How do we know we're meant to do something?
Because I feel like when you finally find where you're meant to be, everything just falls into place. When everything falls into place, you're not worrying about the money of being there. You're not worrying about your stability in that position. You're not worried about anything. And you're good at it. The people that you're around love having you and appreciate what you're doing. Then I think that's how you know that you're meant to be there.
When things fall into place and things are going well,
yeah,
that's something you can use to have
to
confidence
know that
you're meant to be there. Great. Well, I think we've gone past our time. Anything else about this, Paris?
No, that was an interesting discussion, huh?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I want to interview you. I wonder what you think about everything that I said.
Oh, really? Like what?
You like to sit down and talk to people about religion and stuff to really see like where their mind is at?
I want to believe as many true things as possible, but there's also as few false things, and I want good justifications for what I believe in.
So did I change your mind about anything today, or no?
Not really. I think I understand where you're coming from, but in terms of karma, like putting out into the world and getting it back, I'm not sure that's real, because, someone could go through life doing mostly good things and like just die in a car accident or just get cancer. Like babies are born with cancer sometimes. Like what have they done to deserve
Yeah,
that,
that's
that,
true.
that type of thing. So karma, I don't think is a thing, but if it is, I'd like to know why, or if it is, and how I could know it is to be true.
I can't really explain the whole karma thing. Like, I mean, I can't explain the whole, like, baby thing having, cancer. But
Yeah, how could karma be real and that be true?
you never know. Like, maybe that baby will die of cancer and then be reborn as, like, a Beyonce.
Do we have any good reasons to believe people are reincarnated like that?
You don't believe that you have another life?
No. I think I have one life, and I should make the best of it.
And then you're just gonna die and then that'll be the end of you?
I think,
You don't feel like you've been here before, ever?
I think I have deja vu sometimes, but I don't think that's anything out of natural phenomenon.
Do you ever feel like you meet babies, like really young babies, and sometimes they know more than you? Or
No.
they show you something, or maybe they don't know more than you, but they know things that, like, you wouldn't think a young baby at that age would know.
No.
You've never seen a baby I've seen babies like that all the time.
How could you know they actually do know things you don't know?
Just the way that they are. I'm just like, oh my God, it's like that person's been here before.
It's just like they've been here before?
Yeah, from the things that they do.
How could we know that to be the case?
Because how else would they know what they know?
How do we know they know anything?
They
like
show
that?
you what they know.
What's the best example?
I think it's hard for me to, like, pick out the example right now because I haven't been around a baby in a while and I don't have kids at the moment. But I've been around babies before where, like, everyone in the room is like, oh my God, like,
Could people be mistaken about that?
maybe.
Okay. And is there any way to know any way to test that belief?
To test the belief,
Yeah.
you just gotta pay attention. You just gotta be in tune.
Is that a reliable way to know that?
Mm-hmm.
Really? What would, like, a failed test look like? Is it testable at all?
You are extremely, like, logical, huh?
I just don't want to be fooled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of false beliefs out there.
See, the thing about babies is, like, when you're a baby, your mind, like adults, their minds are controlled. Their minds are brainwashed by everything. And, like, babies,
They're like
minds
sponges, yeah.
babies, their brains are sponges. Their brains are free and open. Like, I definitely believe that they see things that we don't see.
Why?
Because they're able to. Because their brain is not controlled and locked down to different possibilities.
I don't know what that means.
A lot of adults, their brain is controlled and locked down to different possibilities. They don't want to believe anything different from what they've been taught all their lives. They're just like, okay, this is what I see, this is what I've been taught, this is it, this is that, that's it, done.
I think that happens. People
Whereas
grow up in a
children-
culture, like, yeah, people get set in their ways.
Yeah, exactly. Very fast.
Yeah. And I would like to avoid doing that
Yeah.
by talking with people
Oh, okay.
and trying to understand what they believe and why. But I need good reasons to believe in things and reliable ways to know things.
Do you feel like personally for yourself that you do good things? Maybe that, I don't know. See, with the whole baby thing, with cancer thing, you could end up saying fucked up things. I don't know. It's like,
What do you mean? I try to be a good person.
maybe the person that had that baby with cancer was a very bad person in the past. See, sometimes
Does the baby deserve
no,
the
they
sins
don't.
of, like, the father?
They don't, but the parent might feel that pain. And maybe
Is it fair for the baby?
And maybe it is fair for the baby because maybe that door will close. That's a door closing, but it's like another door will open for
Is
that
that
baby.
fair?
That baby will come back to life and be like, live a wonderful life.
That could be true if that happens.
But you can't
if that's a
prove
real
it.
thing. should we believe things we can't prove?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay. Well, I think that's good, Paris. Anything else?
Is this gonna go on your YouTube channel?
I'd love it to be. That was really
Can
good.
I see it?
Sure, you can check me out. I'll have it up in a few
No,
weeks
I
or so.
want to see it before you post it. I want to see like a little bit of it.
I can show you a little bit
Was
of
the lighting
the
good? Because
GoPro.
you know I'm a chocolate girl. We need good lighting.
It's a little dark,
Oh,
but
that's
I can
bad.
brighten it up. I can brighten it up on the
Okay.
computer. It was very good. It was very nice. I'll have to show it to you after I stop recording.
Was that most of the most interesting ones that you
It
had?
was very interesting for sure. It's very fun.
Now I'm like curious about what that other guy was saying.
What other guy? Oh, that
The
guy?
guy that was here.
He was talking about nature and how it's good to be out in nature and create parks in cities,
Oh,
that type of thing.
that wasn't really what you're looking for.
It's really up to anything. I'm more interested
This
in
is
why.
gonna be good. You're gonna create controversy.
A little bit. Cool. All right, well, I'll stop recording.